just go. Come on, come on. Then you had to get used to her not coming home no more. It was the 70s. It was a lot more beautiful, more at ease, more at peace. Sure, you had your drama over there in those places and stuff like that, but at the time, we didn't have to worry about gunshots and all that. If there was a fight, it was more likely we were doing it with hands, no guns. I was too young to be involved in any of that. You might hear about somebody getting shot. Certain names you remember like, oh shit, yo, this one got killed last night, and this one got killed. Remember, I'm young, so I'm not staying out past a certain time. I'm hearing it secondhand from my cousins. It was like, yo, this one got shot, or this one had a fight with this one. Back then it was like, okay, yeah, somebody got killed. It was like, oh shit. The projects were the projects. It might have been less pissy elevators and all that, but they were still the projects. That's where I first started hearing hip-hop in West Brighton. DJ Jones and Dr. Freak used to bring the turntables out in front of the buildings, and at night they would DJ, like how Kool Herc and them was doing up in the Bronx. But I remember them coming out like that, bringing the music out and everybody just outside. But I can't be down there because I'm too young. I got to look out the window, from the 7th floor window. It was nice. It was great beats. It was a lot of old James Brown records and all that being cut up. Good Times by Chic, listening to the DJ just cut it up. It was amazing. It was amazing just hearing them and shit like that. And people gathering around to listen and dance in the street. I also listened to a lot of old music because my mother used to bring her friends to the house when my father was at work. She would have her friends over and they'd be listening to the Shy Lights, Bloodstone, Stylistics, Isley Brothers, Marvin Gaye, New Birth, Rolls Royce, and all that. So that was giving me my soul because I heard it repeatedly. I was inspired by the greats. But I had to go into another room and close the door and stay there because they kicked me out of the living room because they were doing grown folk stuff, whether smoking weed or doing whatever they were doing. And I remember album covers laying around and everything was getting played there. And that right there went into my body, into my soul. I carried that. That's why in the beginning you hear me rhyming off a lot of old soul, because I'd rather rhyme off that than any new music, because I felt that music. It was in my bones already. It really resonated with me. And my mother was indirectly responsible because that's what she listened to. And that's what I grew up listening to. So I kind of took it on myself once I started writing and rhyming. Then my father would come home and kick everybody out because he wasn't into that. A lot of people in the house smoking and drinking and shit like that. He was a good father during those early years. I can't really shit on him. At that time, he was good. I can honestly say that. But you know with parents, a lot of times you don't know who was in the right and who was in the wrong. Because the baby's mother could be like, okay, your father ain't shit, he's not supporting us and whatever. But it was probably a reason why he left. Or it could have been vice versa. But at that time, it was me and my 2 younger brothers, Devon and Darius, and my mother and my father, all up on the 7th floor. And he was a good father. He was there and everything. But then things spun to the left. It's like neither one of them could take it anymore. And one of them had to bounce. And that was it. I'm not really sure when that was. I might have been around 5 or 6 years old. Anyway, one day he up and walks out the door, leaving my mother with me and my 2 brothers, Devon and Darius, both of whom have muscular dystrophy. That was another thing I was just aware of growing up. I remember stitches on the back of Devon's leg, the scar left there from an operation. I didn't ask about it because when you're young, you don't really ask questions. You just see stuff. You just go on with your life. But I knew Devon had muscular dystrophy because I would hear the term around the house. He used to be falling. He would walk and he would fall. Walk and fall. Next thing, he had to go to a walker, then to a wheelchair. And that's what happened to both of my brothers.